Now, I would tell you for you, the next 2 or 3 days, you're gonna be in here with me, but along with everybody else, and I'm trying to teach you how to get on a roof. Okay. And then we will go from there. But different strokes for different folks, bro. I see guys come in, they're naturals. They know how to do it like this, right? And then some people take a little bit longer. So it's all relative, but you'll be out there this week. All right. Wednesday, Thursday-ish. Just depending on how much we get through. All right, let's get it started. Questions from last week, you should have some. Let's go, Austin, what you got?
So I went my first door, and they didn't open the screen door.
Okay.
So I give them mad at that so I can shake the hand off. So I pulled my, because if I can't, they pulled the thing down and talked to me, I was like, oh, hell.
Yeah.
Oh, this ain't right.
Yeah. So what was your icebreaker?
I tried to like say something about his RV because they had something out there. I said, hey, it's a nice RV, you know, talking about it for a second, you know. Told him who I was, you know. I tried to turn burn. All I had to get out the window for me.
What happened?
He's just like, no, what did I tried to.
What was the context of why you were there?
I told him, I was with Colt at the time, but he was working with that person down the street.
Mm-hmm. I told him, hey, what was he doing with him? What was Colt?
Colt was there.
What city were you in?
Bedford.
What's the hail date?
May 27th.
Is there visible damage?
Yes, there was on his roof.
And his rebuttal was what?
The guy that I was talking to, he was like, no, we're already working with one. I asked if they were in the contract. No, I was like, hey, man, it takes 10, 15 minutes. I'll grab my ladder. No, we're getting shut door in my face.
Yeah. So it happens, bro. I think you did a great job. If that would happen to me, bro. So just don't think like I'm like invincible to this stuff happening. If they already have, if they're like, oh, I'm good, bro, I'm good. So the two things that you can do differently, one, you can have a way better icebreaker that makes them laugh, right? That one story you just told me made me think of my own story that I had. This guy, he had one of those sliding fucking, yeah, it was like on his door and it like slid out and like all I saw was an eye. And I was like, man, dude, what is this, like the security door? And I was like, man, and I literally, I just made a joke about the door and what an weird situation this was at the door. And then I was like, hey man, like I don't bite, like I'm not, like look, here's my hands, like, and dude was like, give me 1 second. And he opened it, you know, and opened the door. So the icebreaker hit, right? The second thing that I want to know is, okay, you see visible damage. What kind of damage was on his roof? You saw that from the street?
No, on the guy's roof?
Yeah. The guy, this situation that we're talking about, you walk up, you didn't see visible damage. You just know he's got hit with a pretty big storm.
You possibly had his bank too, that I could go up there and take a look at.
Possibly. So like, gotta watch out for those words, right? Possibly. It ain't possibly, bro. 2.5-inch hail damages everything, right? So if you give them a possibly, maybe, like, hey man, when I was walking up, man, because you're gonna see more than what's on the roof. So before I even get to this door, I'm like, oh, hits on the gutters, hits on the screens. This is messed up. His car's fucked up. I'm like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? The door opens, but he keeps the screen door shut. I'm like, hey man, what's going on? Hey, listen, dude, I know you like to keep your screen door on there, probably keep the heat from coming into your house. Hey, I'm gonna make this really quick. I work with a couple people on your block. I was coming by because I noticed you had X, Y, or Z going on your house. Hey, I know you probably are, because remember, if I'm May 27th in Bedford, I already know he's been talked to by somebody. He's probably already working with somebody. Hey man, I know you probably already had this inspected, right? He'd be like, what? Or this, or the roof? Like, whatever. Yeah, the roof, yeah. Oh yeah, I already had somebody come out, man. I'm already working with somebody. I'm like, perfect, man. I'm glad you're already getting taken care of. Here's what I would recommend. Let me go get you a folder real quick. Boom. I go get the folder, because guess what? What does he have to do for me to hand him it? Open the door, right? Now all of a sudden he's opening the door. Now I'm right side by side with him, right? See what I'm saying? So, not saying you didn't run into just ignorant person because that happens a lot. So I'm just telling you how I would have played that situation, right? I would have been like icebreaker. Hey, assume 8 Mile, right? See if my assumptions are right. Probably are right based off the context of where I'm at. Hey, listen, I'm not gonna take up too much of your time. Let me get you a quick folder real quick since you're already working with somebody. Now I have a presentation, right? Hey, these are things that you need to look for in a contractor. Did you check to see if he was RCAT licensed? See what I'm saying? Now I'm bringing up concern. That folder is where I build up concern, right? Yeah. And I buy myself some more time.
About the script, because I can sell items, but it's kind of different trying to sell yourself and sell the company.
Yeah.
So how do you go about that to try to get them where you're not seeming like a salesman, you're just trying to show them why you're the better option?
Yeah. So first thing I'm always going for is the inspection, right? Like, so I don't really need to sell you on much other than the fact that we're going to build a comprehensive inspection report by a licensed contractor so you can have it for your records. Because I know you ain't getting up on your roof, right? You know what I mean? Hey, listen, I'll take that off your hands, right? Give me about 10, 15 minutes. It's super hot. I'll take care of it. I'll do a whole inspection report for you. We can come down. I'll come down and we can go over it together, right? I don't like the part of selling Miller Storm comes when I don't sell my company, right? I just tell people how to pick a company, and by me telling them how to pick a company, and they look and they see I check all the boxes. Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Changes the topic.
Come on.
Okay, so no soliciting.
Yeah.
When there's no soliciting signs, I can't do it because I have to, or I can't.
Well, what's the rule? Who remembers the rule for no soliciting?
No soliciting, you can go up to the door if you work right next to it, so then you can pick up, hey, I'm coming here by this time to pick up the nails, and then you can say like, oh, I have 10, 15 minutes on my hands since we're doing that. Let me go ahead and inspect your roof.
Okay, because I met my first person who bitched at me for soliciting tea this week.
Yeah.
His night was fun.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I was just gonna say if you could go a little bit more into the no soliciting thing.
Yeah. So here's the thing with no soliciting, right? So there's stages to this process, okay? I'm gonna skip the first part. I'm just gonna go right in here to adjuster. You have a work order, which is also contract, okay? I have prep neighbors, I have the install, and I have post, okay? These are all intentional spots of a deal where I would go talk to the 8-pack. Do you know what the 8-pack is, Mallory? Okay. I'm trying to train. What's the 8-pack, Joe?
3 in the front, three houses in the front, 3 in the back, and both sides of the house.
Okay. So, if I'm here, right, and I have these houses, here's the road, okay? This would be your 8-pack, okay? Now, if this guy has a no soliciting, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come by after an adjuster appointment and say, hey, I just finished up an insurance adjustment with the homeowner next door, Miss Smith. Do you know her? Play with me, come on.
Yeah.
You do? Okay, cool. Hey, awesome. So here, I just wanted to come by and let you know that on her house, she had a significant amount of storm damage on her house. While we were up there, me and the insurance adjuster, we looked over at your house and he was like, you probably need to come talk to that person, at least let them know that they have some damage on their roof. And I was like, yeah, for sure, I'll come do it, right? So here I am, right? Hey, listen, man, I don't know if someone's ever pointed that out to you. Has someone ever pointed that stuff out? Okay, hey, so real quick here, come outside with me real quick, because I want to show you on the right side over here. And now I got them outside. Or if you're like, nah, I'm not coming outside, I got fucking kids in the house, I'm like, hey, no worries. Here's what I'll do for you is I'll do a 10 to 15 minute comprehensive inspection for you. I'm a licensed contractor, so you don't have to worry about that. Give me about 10 to 15 minutes, I'll knock it out for you, and I'll knock on your door when I get finished up. Done. Does anybody have questions on that? That's how I get around no soliciting, but it's the same concept whether they had no soliciting or they didn't have no soliciting. It's the same concept. The reason that I want to have intention, like an intention when you knock on someone's door, because I want you to be able to say objective things to them that they can't freak the out on you. And you just learned by trial by fire why I don't do that. Because if it wasn't by an 8-pack, I'm not doing it. Now, I have knocked on doors, looked left, right, oh, I see on this little frog, he's like holding a little sign that says, no soliciting, and I'm like, and I look down and I'm like, all right, well, I'm just gonna stand here. I'm gonna be like, hey man, look, I saw the little no soliciting thing, but it wasn't until after I knocked on your door, so please don't bite my head off. Here's what I'll tell you. You have some damage on the right side of your house over there, I would have somebody come look at it. And I walk off, right? Like, period. And that might be funny to them, it might not, who gives a shit? That's just how I play that, all right? Reason is because if I go hit a no soliciting early in the day, all right, I'll use my little volume thing, okay? This is like a cylinder, and this is all your self-esteem, okay? And you wake up and it's on 100%, right? It's on 100%. Stuff happens, it takes 1% away, right? Things get frustrating, it starts to dwindle down. Bro, when you get the cops called on you in the middle of a neighborhood, I don't care who you are, I know for sure I'm losing like 15%, all right? And the more this starts to dwindle down, right, where you're like, man, this is a hard job. Like, I can't take no more rejection, right? Then your goes home, okay? But spend this wisely, all right? So I don't hit no solicitings unless I'm buying 8-pack and I have something direct to tell them. And then if I see they're like nice people, blah, 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 all right, you're picking up what I'm putting down, I'm like, hey, listen, you know what I can do is I got an appointment in about 30 minutes, but what I'll do for you is I have like 10 minutes right now. I'll knock out your inspection report. Ultimately, I'll give it to you. I won't charge you for it. Give me about 5 minutes and I'll knock it out.
So what if it's like a no soliciting house? Let's say it's on the lawn for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But they're outside. They're either about to enter the house or leaving the house.
Yeah. And I'm where? At what part of this? Like, I just finished up an adjuster appointment?
Let's say you're just walking the neighborhood.
Yeah. So, I mean, if I didn't see that they had no, I mean, they rarely have no soliciting out on the front lawn. It's usually on the door. I wouldn't know. They're probably going to tell me, no soliciting right then and there, and I just move on, you know? But I like to catch people outside. That's the best thing in the world, bro. You know, because I'm sitting here, not home, no answer, not home. All right? So, but let me get through these things real quick. So we did adjuster appointment, right? I come out of a contract signing, okay? I'm dealing with Malachi. I come to your house. I'm like, hey, listen, I just wanted to come by and let you know, man, we're going to have a project going on next Wednesday. It's a roofing project. He's gonna have a little bit of construction going on the side of his house, man. There's gonna be a lot of debris that gets pulled off, things like that. I just wanted to come by and introduce myself just because next week, probably around 6:30 on Wednesday next week, I'll knock on your door and I'll do a magnet roll in your backyard to just pick up any nails just so you don't step on them. Do you have kids or anything like that? Yeah, so listen, you know what I mean? But, boom, 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 right? Hey, since I'm here, see what I mean? Right? No one's gonna tell me I'm not interested, right? Up until maybe that part where I'm like, hey, I'll do your inspection.
Sneak it in the pitch.
Yes, exactly. You sneak it in on the tail end, right? But at least you have something intentional to tell them. Same thing with prepping an install, right? So, I'm going by, hey, I just wanted to let you know, I tried to knock on your door last week when I was talking to Mrs. Smith, or Malachi next door. Hey, I couldn't get a hold of you or anything, but tomorrow there's an install going on, and then I go through all the expectations of an install, what they need to look out for. I want you to have a point of contact. All right, if anything becomes an issue, just feel free to give me a shout. Hey, and by the way, right, then I flip it on them.
Right, okay.
See what I'm saying? I'd rather stay here and install is the day of install, okay? So it takes an average of 5 touches, all right, to get someone to do business with you. All right, a touch can be a yard sign, it can be a billboard, it can be a truck, it can be anything. You see Miller Storm, I see the hat, I see the shirts, I saw the truck drive by, I saw the tent, I saw this, I saw that. Now all of a sudden, the company is familiar. So then when someone knocks on the door, you're like, oh, I saw your trucks, right? Hey, I saw your car over there. It happens to me at the gym all the time, man. I saw that logo, bro. You know what I mean? And so it's all relative and it makes people feel familiar. All right? So meaning This is my first touch, my second touch, my third touch, my fourth touch, my fifth touch. And this thing's just building momentum, okay? Meaning, like, if I couldn't talk to you here, it's been like 3 weeks, bro. Like, I've been trying to catch you to talk to you forever, man, about X, Y, or Z. You know, you know what I mean? So that is my icebreaker, right? Like, what do you do for a living, man? You're not even, yes. No, you're good.
So let's say you case a neighborhood. Let's say you get maybe one inspection in that whole neighborhood. Everybody else says no. When's the best time to go back to the same neighborhood and maybe try to?
What time were you out there when you did it the first time?
Let's say it was prime time, 4 p.m.
Prime time, 4 p.m. So you go up the street, 4 to 8. You get one inspection. Everyone else is what? Not home?
Not home or not interested.
Not home or not interested. Okay. So you said 4 to 8.
Yeah.
So like the key time that I like to go to an install is from 7:30 to 9:30 a.m. All right. So anybody I couldn't catch in prime time knocking hours, I'm definitely gonna catch your ass at the install 7:30 in the morning. Okay. That's when a lot of movement happens, right? So what I will do is, boom, I can either, so I prep, right, and I'll leave the letter. Then the next day, right, I see my letter's gone, cool, like, that's an icebreaker, that's a topic. Hey man, I left you that letter yesterday, man, did you get it? Were you able to look at it? It'll save me from having to regurgitate all these expectations for this install, man. I just wanna make sure you understand and you guys have a point of contact, you know, blah, blah, blah. That's gonna start up a conversation, okay? So if you can't get them at night, definitely get them at 7:30 in the morning. What's the reason why we get there at 7:30 in the morning? My seasoned guys, or you.
Before they go to work.
Yep, before they go to work. What are they doing?
Bed.
I'm bringing my trash cans out at 7 in the morning, right? I'm getting my kids in the car. You can catch me outside at 7:30. Yard work, older folks do yard.
Try to hit before the sun comes out.
Yep. Exactly. Huh? Dog walkers. Yeah.
Runners or walkers, morning walks.
Yes.
Go to the gym before they go to work.
Yep. 100%. So, does that answer your question?
Yeah, it does.
Cool. Any more questions? Because we're moving to you, Emma.
I actually have a bunch.
Okay.
So one problem we ran into, all of us, like a group of Miller Storm people were in one area. The thing about that, because of hail trace, there was already hella people having roofers with signs, and if they weren't hit by us, they were hit by 100 roofers.
Yeah.
So me and Marcus the other day, we went to a different area, but I didn't know how to approach it because I didn't know if that was okay to do because I don't know exactly where to go. So I just shot the idea out, Marcus, why don't we go over here? And I just didn't know the process of it.
Yeah. So wherever you go, you want to make sure that you have what? Hail date. Okay. You want to know when and the size of it, or how many of them there were, because sometimes I might not be looking at a 2.5-inch storm. I'm just looking at an area that's got 5 1-inch storms that happen in 1 year. You know what I mean? So I don't need one storm. Yeah, I could use a totality of storms. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to make sure that they have a hail date. Now, with as much business as Miller Storm's doing right now, guys, I can't stress this, right? So remember I told you guys on who prepped yesterday for your week, this week.
What do you mean by prep?
Oh, sorry, you didn't know. I'm asking my seasoned guys. Prepped, who you're working with, where you're going, rhyme and reason. What does that mean?
I tried to prep with Marcus like nights before. Like he's hold on Saturday.
Okay.
To do my Sunday.
Okay.
I couldn't get hold of anybody on Saturday actually and Sunday morning.
Right. I thought Austin responded to you on GroupMe.
I didn't get any.
So the day of is a very difficult time to get out there with people, which means that, like, I'm just telling you, and I'm not expecting anybody to be perfect, but like, if you are trying to work, even with me, all right? Like, if I was out there knocking doors, bro, if you want to knock with me, you got to be like, dude, like, at the end of the Monday meeting, like, hey man, what do you got going on Saturday? Can I tag along with you? You got to make that right? Because I got a bunch of shit going on, dude. So if you want to tag along with me, I don't care. You can come tag along with me, but you got to meet me over here. I got an appointment over here. This is what I'm doing. And you got to know the forecast of kind of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? With everything going on though, so if you prep Sunday, Monday, there's a directory, okay? Like if you're a hustler, you're good at sales, you're good at communication, you're good at what you do, guess what? Your first sale is selling on why somebody should roll with you. You know what I mean? Like that's the first call you gotta make, right? It's like, hey, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Because like green people, like I wasn't into training green people because they slowed me down, but I've trained with some green people before that were like, dude, I will hit 3 blocks by the time you get out of here and I'll have 2 inspections for you. And I'd be coming out of a contract signing, he goes, you got an appointment right here, this lady over here, you know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, damn, you got 3 set up? I'm like, dope, okay, cool, let's knock them out. You know what I mean? So I just like to be around somebody's season in case I run into something where I get stuck or whatever. But I really wouldn't be in no like random ass neighborhood right now. Who prepped installs last week? You did.
That was Phil's.
Phil's. So we have like 20 installs. Nobody went, did anybody go to Arlington by my 112 square mansion that I'm doing?
How do you know that's happening?
Yes. So guys, in group me, you go right here. So boom. Motherfucker, dude. Miller Storm, I go right up here. Tuesday, July 16th. 38 squares, 42 squares, 53 squares, right?
Those are your installs.
They're all in there.
And that's how we keep tabs instead of going around neighborhoods. We just go to that area.
Yeah, what's your prep pitch? Stand up. Hit me with your prep pitch. Easiest pitch in the world, and I keep stressing this to you guys. If you guys don't do what I'm telling y'all to do, you can't win. Like, so what's the prep? So what would you do? So tell me, right? Like, I showed you what you know now. What would you do this week?
This week I would go on Group.me. I'd look for areas that have recently.
You don't even need to look for the area.
Okay.
You have all the installs.
Yeah, well, I would look.
I would be like, here, there's 2 installs here. I've got all the areas to go knock. And I'm just coming by like the quality assurance guy. Hey man, I just want to let you know tomorrow we got X, Y, or Z, or next Tuesday. Hey, put this in your calendar just in case you guys have any like parties, birthday parties prepped. You know, I don't know if you guys have kids, dogs, things like that. Hey, I just want you guys to be aware that this will be a construction zone next Tuesday. The guys are gonna get here around 7 in the morning. They're gonna start tearing off shingles. No, I'm doing it and then you're gonna do it.
All right.
Right? Hey, I just wanted to give you this right here, a little bit about us, okay? Have you been working with somebody on getting all this stuff taken care of? Oh, X, Y, or Z. Hey, listen, here's what I'll do for you. Right? Hey, I'll do a 10, 15-minute inspection report for you. It'll be from a licensed contractor so you can know the condition of your roof as of today. And then if there's something that needs to be pointed out, I'll point it out to you, but ultimately you'll have the report.
Okay.
And don't worry, I'm not charging you for it. I'm out of here. Going to get my ladder. Right? But if I were any of y'all, this is your first mission. The first mission. I told you guys how to be successful in roofing in 30 days. This is how you're gonna be successful in roofing in 30 days. This is how you won't be successful in roofing in 30 days. Is that everything I tell you, you don't do. You walk out there, you fuck, someone else tells you go over here, some small area, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. I don't feel confident. I feel confident if I have work in that neighborhood. Miss Smith's doing business with me, I have validity. All right, like I'm not a fly-by-night contractor. She might even know Miss Smith. All right, like the only obstacle I'm gonna overcome is they already have a roofer. And so what are you gonna do if they already have a roofer? Right, you're gonna go get a folder, boom, hey, listen, man, most people already have somebody, but these are some key things that I would consider before you choose a contractor.